and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And yes, it is the year of Galvatron. So this is the first Galvatron of the year that I'm going to be reviewing on this channel. Many more to come, and today we're taking a look at the legendary heroes City Commander Darius in his original toy colors. This dude looks absolutely outstanding. Loving the color scheme here. Let's crack on. So first up, as we always do on this channel, let's take a look at the box. And the box is such a call back to the original box art from the Galvatron from the 90s, and you can see that the original toy colors are here, obviously, so it doesn't match the movie, because originally in the movie he was supposed to be this color, and then they changed everything, which is why the toy was a slightly different color when he came out. So this is the Legendary Heroes, which is part of Newage. Awesome graphic on the front. Also, we get the Perspex window. You don't often get that on the Legendary Heroes boxes, so that's pretty cool. Then 23M City Commander Darius. On the side here, we see product shots here on the side and on the top, City Commander Darius, and then on the back here, we see him in the flames. And then we have a warning: don't eat your children because they have small parts. Newage box art 2020, made in China. The same on the bottom, and then on the top here we have this and this, which is exactly the same. He does come with destructions, but as with the Karate Master, they're all the same instructions. This is the same instructions I got with the Shattered Glass Megatron. All the same destructions. They're okay destructions, but yeah, they're all the same. A lot easier this time though, because obviously with the Shattered Glass Megatron, it mainly focused in on how to transform Galvatron and not Shattered Glass Megatron. So now let's take a look at the main event himself, and this is a beautiful looking Galvatron cannon. Always quite difficult to actually pull off the Galvatron cannon, because everyone seems to have a similar transformation here at the side with the hands and all this, but I think this, especially at this scale, is a beautiful attempt, and is so reminiscent of the figure I had as a kid. As we go through, then we'll start at the back. This is die cast, so a lot of the leg pieces here are die cast. These two pieces are also shiny die cast here. The feet kind of stick out. You can pose these feet a little bit like that. I think I prefer them looking a little bit like this rather than just having them stick out. Not exactly a big fan of that, but yeah, you know, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a little chubby. It's a little bit of a chubby cannon. It's got a little bit of a chub on, but all in all, looks pretty good. We have the purples, the greys. This is what I love so much though. This cannon here with the sparkles in it. Anyone who had the G1 Galvatron knows that this is really awesome, because this is exactly what his cannon looked like there. Obviously, he also had the light inside that was like pew, 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 pew. The tracks look pretty damn good on this one, painted with the grey and then the plastic on the top. Nice shades of purple, red on these shoulder pads that come out. All in all, beautiful looking cannon. No real articulation, but you can move these feet a little bit to get like some up and down movement. But the Galvatron cannon is definitely always more looks good rather than play features on it. It kind of sits on your shelf and goes, look at me, I'm a space cannon. And that's pretty much about all Galvatron ever does. I mean, we'll see what Hasbro adds play features wise to this, but yeah, in this mode, the best you're gonna get really is just this. But all in all, absolutely gorgeous. Really nice molded detailing. They've done a fantastic job on this Galvatron. Very nice. I just wish there was a little less gappage here. I mean, you can't get the hand kind of to cover the gappage here a little bit, but there is just a big gap on the cannon just here, just at the bottom. That's the only downside I really see. I don't even mind it being a bit chubby. I quite like the chubbiness on it. Nice little bit of chub. So this dude actually comes with a lot of accessories for such a small figure. The main one that you can really use with this piece though, is this teeny tiny matrix that you can just kind of hang off there like that in his cannon mode. But it's nice. It goes color wise with Galvatron, so it's got a red center and silver on it. I guess you can also hang it off the top piece here if you really want while he's in this, but that's the only thing that you can use. Everything else is kind of on here or is meant to be for his robot mode. He also will just about work with Hasbro effects pieces, so you can just about fit it in. It's a little loose, but it does kind of work. So now time for the comparison, and we'll start off comparing him to Dr. Wu. So Dr. Wu's Galvatron, the tiniest Galvatron in my collection, you can see makes a big impact versus this one. This is a really teeny tiny little Galvatron, probably not the best mode for this. I do prefer the bot mode for that. Then we've got a similar scale, we've got the Mech Fans Toys version of Galvatron, and we can see that this Galvatron is vastly superior to this Galvatron. I hate the way that this piece actually adds on to this. I want this to connect to this along with its other problems that this figure has, and I'm really glad that they've actually you can remove this from the kind of more cannon arm piece here on this one. So that piece does exist with this piece, but you can remove this to give it that more flush look against that, which is fantastic. And I'm putting it next to a Hasbro piece, like a core class Megatron. You can see it fits quite well next to a core class. I quite like these two together. The evolution. Okay, so transformation time, and the first thing you're going to want to do is remove this. So remove this. Look at how beautiful that thing is. Awesome piece of translucent plastic with sparkles in it. So the first thing we're going to do is pop out these two arm pieces here that were tabbed in at the sides, and that'll give you just a little bit of clearance here and here to start maneuvering things around. Then pop this piece off and this piece out. So you've got everything here out. We will we will transform these arms while we're here, fold that back round and put the arm out. Same with this side. Turn it around and transformed. Okay, then the next stage that we're going to do is fold this up and this up, and at this stage you can just fold this piece in and fold this piece in. So you've got this kind of sat here hanging off the back because we need to twist the body around so everything faces the right way, and then we can, this part of the body then needs to, so then while everything's like this, you're going to make sure that the arms are going to be able to get over this. So lift them up slightly and you're going to make this twist again. So you've done a twist, then a twist. So the whole thing twists, then this will sit back in here to make his Galva hips. And then everything will just, this piece here, we can collapse in on itself. So you can see that goes in, and then this also goes in, so that makes this flat piece towards the back, and then everything should just collapse back up. Fold the arms down, fold the arms back down, and then always forget these little bits. So you've got two little rods on the inside, fold those rods back down. So you see here, it's like they look like little switches, but to get the transformation right into bot mode, you need to make sure that they're both down, and then you'll be able to collapse everything back to where it needed to be. Tabs in, just tabs in at the side of this piece. Whoop. Yeah, nice. Nice. There we go. everything back up there, and then we're going to bring this back piece all the way down and up, and then you've got these two pieces that just connect, so that fits snugly onto the back. And then there's the top piece of Darius all done, so that's really cool. So now we touch the legs and unhook and unhook, so these just kind of unfurl themselves really, and then the bottom bits here just untab and untab. There we go. So you got those two tabs. These tab in very, very nicely here, I do have to say, on this figure. Really, really great little piece of tabbing. And then the leg will just come out of this. Yep. And then same with the other side. Just kind of unfurl it around to that section there. Bring it in, and it kind of concertinas down. So you're gonna move the foot as necessary. But that tab there goes into that tab. There we go. You need to move the knee out the way as well, because it does kind of get in the way when you're doing all of this piece, if I'm honest. And then this section here. And then there we go. And then that just locks everything down. And of course I've got the foot back to front now. So I'll just need to move the foot round. And there we go. And of course he's ass backwards at the moment, so we turn him around, and there we go. There we have our fully transformed toy accurate Darius, and what a figure this looks like in this mode. Gorgeous, absolutely beautiful looking figure. I love the greys. They put the classic yellow eyes in there. You can just about make out the yellow eyes. I would have liked to seen some light piping, or seen this to be a little bit yellower, because the original had glow up yellow eyes. But really, really cool. I love the helmet here with the horns. The different shades of grey on the face look beautiful. Lovely red tint to everything. Just little touches of purple as we go through. That classic Galvatron chest there with the 4 silver pieces in. And as we go down, I love the molded detail in here on the legs. On the back, they haven't forgotten about the back either. The back looks really great. Always difficult to know what to do with Galvatron's treads, because obviously they are a little bit of just kibble hanging off no matter which figure you buy. So they've done a pretty good job here at making this stand out and making them sit okay on the body. He looks really, really, really good. Now we move on to the articulation and start off with the head. You get some left, right, up, down, a little bit of up, down. You can get a full 360 if you should need it as well. On the arm, you're going to get a full 360 on the arm, and then you'll also get some overextension here, and then this will need to move. Hands do rotate as well. Now, out of the box, this joint here was actually quite stiff, but on a similar problem that I had with my other version here on my Shattered Glass Megatron that they've sent me, yeah, I got a similar problem now. It's loose. So after the transformation, it seems that the arms go a little bit looser after the first transformation. So I mean, I will use my wonderful Kiki Fix-It loose joints on it, but it's a bit disappointing. I was very happy when I got this one out the box, and these seem like a lot stiffer, these joints, but after one transformation, yeah, you can see here that it's not holding its place like it used to. Let me know if you're having a similar problem with this one. The bottom of the waist is good. You'll get a full 360, obviously due to the transformation, and then you'll also get legs. Now I don't have the same problem. My Megatron had some real issues in the leg department after the first transformation. This one is fine and is very, very stable. You will get a overextension at the knee due to the transformation as well, so that's a really nice knee bend. You get some pop out action here for the kneecap. Very interesting. Then the foot, left, right, and some toe articulation here as well. So from an articulation point of view, yeah, I think the guy's got a lot of really, really nice articulation. Very, 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 very nice. So now let's take a look at the vast array of accessories that this figure has. And first of all, of course, got to give him those finishing touches. The arm cannon. Beautiful, beautiful looking arm cannon. Fits into this piece. So this piece is removable, which is fantastic because this is exactly what you need to remove for the cannon section. I couldn't find how to attach it for a little bit, and my eyes were deceiving me, but there's actually a little peg just inside the turret section here. So it's actually the turret that goes in like that. The cannon section just goes in, and we'll give him that final look here of Galvatron with his cannon mode. You don't get any other options than just to put it here on this part of the arm, so that's your lot, but it does look very, very impressive. Other accessories this dude comes with, we've already brought this out once, but of course it looks miles better in this. We can christen him with the Matrix, and doesn't he look awesome with a matching color schemed Matrix. So he also has a little gun that he can use as well, little silver gun, and it's just a very plain little silver gun. Very, very small little gun that he can use there, but also very interestingly, he comes with different faces. Now hopefully we can focus in on this. So we get this face here, which is more of a kind of crazy looking smiley face, and then we get this one, which is a little bit more of an angry type face. Now it ain't easy to get this off because there's a couple of pegs in here that you take the Matrix off him. There's a couple of pegs, and you need to just get this faceplate off. It can just about do it. You can see that very, very small. I don't really want to take the head off to remove the mask, the face, because I'm just concerned about obviously the friction here, and then it loosening the ports. So that's all you do to remove the faceplate. Just get that there, and then stick another faceplate on the front. Push it in, and there we have slightly angrier looking Galvatron. Nice. I love it. I think these faceplates are really good. Very, very nice, and they've done a fantastic job here at just making this look like a great Galvatron. Plenty of features, beautiful. Also, we haven't finished with the accessories, because he hits some extra hands as well are on this spool. So if we just take them off, we'll take one off of each so we can see how this works. Pull the hand off, and you can get a little finger. So you can go, hey, they went that way. Or you can go like this one, and you can put it in, and you can go, yo, give me a high five. That's probably about it. The only problem with these is they look good in robot mode, obviously, but for the alt mode, you have to go and switch back to these hands. Otherwise, you can't transform him correctly because the hands obviously stick out, and you'd have this kind of finger sticking out over the back of the cannon, which you might like the look of. Who knows? So now we can bring out his mold mate, or his wave mate, I guess, from these Dariuses. We can bring them together for the first time and really start to compare them. So we can see here that there's a big difference between these two from a molded point of view. We can see that he's got buttons, or the gold bits here, that this one doesn't have. The arms are slightly different, the legs are very different. He's got these plates that go over his legs. So even though these two, and obviously there's a bigger backpack, so even though that these two are created from and have a very similar alt mode, they do have some molded differences, especially when it comes to the head and the face. So yeah, it is worth picking both of these up. This one, as I've said, is very, very loose still, and these legs are loose as anything, and that happened after the first transformation. This dude has gone a little bit looser, only around the arms. The legs aren't looser. I can fix these around the arms, but I really hope that when I pick up the other ones, they don't go this loose after the first transformation. Next up for the comparisons, first of all, we'll start with a little tiny Dr. Wu. So you can see Dr. Wu. I quite like this little Galvatron. He's like a little chunky planet tyrant, wants to take over the galaxy. It's mine, it's mine. I quite like this little dude. He's cool. He scales very well with Scorponok. And then you can see how they scale together. Obviously, this is a beautiful looking Galvatron, even compared to this one. Next to another Legend scale Galvatron from my collection, which is the Mech Fans Toys version. And I love this Mech Fans Toy version because every time you transform him, a new part falls off because he is, say it with me, trash. He's absolutely awful. So really glad to have a great Galvatron represented on my Legend shelf now, because this dude is utter trash, and he just falls apart at any point. And then next to core class Megatron, so you can see the difference between the Legend size and a core class size. So final thoughts on this dude. Would I recommend him? And yeah, I would recommend him more than Machio, which was the Shattered Glass Megatron. I am concerned though that these two arms on mine are now a little looser than they were. They still hold the friction, but you can see they don't hold it the way that they did straight out the box, which means that something during the transformation must be stretching it a little bit. I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna use my Fix-It on this. I'm glad that the legs haven't gone on this one like they have on my Machio, and that was out the box with my Machio, so I know that that's not down to the transformation. But I am concerned about the arms. I have two more of these coming in the post, so we'll see if they improve with the Straxus and the planet-sized Galvatron. Plenty more of these to come. I would actually recommend you picking up this dude though, because this is an incredible trip down memory lane from my childhood on what Galvatron looked like when I got him. I think it was for Christmas. I think it was for Christmas, or it was for my birthday back in the 90s. As soon as I saw this color scheme, I had to get it. Absolutely awesome. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!